friends, it's Cynthia with Knits by Scent. It's been quite a while since I've made a video. I've had some technical difficulties with my phone. That's how I did my videos before, and I'm really hoping that this will work now that I got literally it's called a camcorder. I didn't buy anything fancy and all that because I really didn't want to, but I did want to resume my video recordings, just to let you know what I've been up to and things like that. And yeah, so let me do that. I'm going to start with a project that I just started. I don't know. I think it was it was a few days ago, within the week. My dad had asked me if I would make him a hat in the Commander's color. For those of you who are not football fans, it's the Washington, basically like Washington, D.C., Virginia, I guess, DMV area. They used to be called the Redskins, and now they're called the Commanders. Have been for a few years now. So I'm just using some yarn that I had in my stash. Thankfully, I had those colors for previous projects, and it's just acrylic, red heart, burgundy, gold, white, making simple stripes. 4 of the 2 main colors and 2 of white in between them. So yeah, I hope it fits his head. He's like, he didn't want it too big, because he said like he didn't want the wind kind of like seeping through. He's a man, he doesn't have a small head, so I'm like, okay. So I'm making them on 4.5 circular, 16-inch, and what I did was I increased the body once I got past the this is the body here, this burgundy here, the second burgundy, and we'll see how it goes. I don't know. So I have been spinning. Hold on a second. I recently spun up some yarn. I'm going to grab that. I just kind of grabbed the camera, just like, okay, let me see how this goes. But I have been using my support spindle. This is some blue face Leicester wool that I've been spinning, and I've been spinning pretty thin. I didn't know that it liked to be thin. I know now, but that's okay. And I still have another rolag to go. I made the rolags, and I've been probably spinning this up for well over a week. Just, I don't know, probably 15 minutes or so. It could be longer, I don't know, because I just kind of get lost in it when I'm doing it. And I use my support that I actually came with my Russian spindle that I got. But I like using this bottom whorl. It's got a pretty good size whorl on it, and it spins really fast and for a long time, and it's becoming my favorite spindle to use as far as hand spindle. I did get a Kiwi 3 spindle for Christmas. Like I say, for Christmas, I do celebrate Christmas, but it was around Christmas time. Let's just put it that way. I would have got it regardless of the time. And let me just grab the other 2 skeins of yarn that I spun up. Let's see. Okay. Now, oh jeez, things are getting a little out of control here. Calm down. All right. So this is also blue face Leicester wool as well. As you can see, it's spun thicker. It was before I realized it liked to be spun thin. I blended these, all of them. These all came from the same pack. So the green is 3 different shades of green and some yellow mixed into it. I might need to close my blind. I like the natural light, but I think it might be a little bit too much. Anyway, and then this is dark purple, light purple, or lavender, dark and light teal, and some white thrown in there a little bit. And mix that. And this was red, orange, and yellow. And then like I had come across like some little pieces of wool of the like the teal that got away, or like a tiny bit of the green, and some of there's some of that mixed up in here somewhere. Um, yeah, so and then I also when I made these last two row legs of this red here, I took a little bit of the blue merino superwash wool that I had that came with the spindle when I very first start or tried to spin, drop spin. And I just put a little bit of that in there just to kind of break up the red and stuff. It looks prettier with some blue mixed in it to me. Red is not my favorite color. So, but with the blue mixed in, it looks a little prettier. So this was yarn wool rather, that I spun up. I got it from Rhinebeck, and I think it's Cheviot. I think that's what it is. And it's got like speckles of color in there, different colors. It's kind of hard to see that. I did start a hat, and then I didn't even have enough for a hat with this. So I think these were only like 1 ounce little puffs of wool or clouds of wool, and I had 2 of them, and that's what it made. Not enough to do a hat, but maybe a headband. And same with this one. This one, this was like 0.25 ounce or something like that of I'm trying to think. It was a sample that came with order I got from Fiber Fate. I'm trying to think of what this is. I think this might be Cheviot. And they don't feel exactly the same. This is definitely softer. This is a little more it's not as soft. But I don't remember, because I was trying to look back on the receipt from Rhinebeck, but it doesn't say what the wool is. I thought it was Cheviot, but it doesn't. And I suppose it could feel different because of how the wool might have been cleaned, or just a different wool, like the sheep rather. There's more than one type, I'm sure. So, but anyway, so I spun these up. This one was hand spun. The green was hand spun. The teal purple mixture was wheel spun. I think I hand spun this one too. So, yeah. And to add to the mix of my yarn ventures, I started weaving. We're not surprised, right? Don't be surprised. I'm just trying to put this stuff down without dropping it on my floor. Okay, so I didn't want to get cheapers creepers. I'm so sorry. So sorry. I hope I edited that out. Just kicked my tripod. So anyway, as I was saying, I started weaving, and I didn't want to get like a 10-inch or a 16-inch and spend practically almost $300 for one. This is not my profession. I do love what I'm doing, and I have had people buy things from me, but this is my very beginning weaving life. So I got a Becca loom. I'm going to try to turn this carefully so you can see there on the table. Right. Yeah, I'm probably, I don't know, probably not quite halfway through. And this yarn that I used, sorry, I really was not prepared to do this. I was just doing it on a whim, so forgive me. I had this in my stash. It was 4, so it was 2 hanks of there is sock yarn, and it was these are 50 ounces each,